God, oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. When they lay me down to rest.
Let the rumble
Yo,
begin.
what's up, everyone? Welcome to the holiday update
Yes,
stream. I'm your host, Keenan, or Keyman45,
That's
otherwise
Keenan.
known as your Rumbleverse community manager. I'm your man on the streets of Grappital, sharing your thoughts with the game with our development team, and today I have our lead designer, once again, Adam, or the Keats,
That's okay.
to break down everything new coming to the game tomorrow. A friendly reminder, if you're a streamer
Weihnachten,
or content
Junge!
creator, you're
Da ist
always
es!
welcome to restream or
Seht ihr
capture your
das?
thoughts on everything changing in the game. Feel free to tag us with your thoughts too, because we love seeing those
So
reactions.
ein paar neue
I'll now
Weihnachtssachen.
pass it over to Adam to introduce himself as he adventures our
Und Schnee!
snowy environment.
Leute, Schnee! Der
It's
Bries-Mythos.
holiday decorations. They're all over the place, and of course, you
Ja,
can
Mann.
still swing on them. No problem.
Holiday-Sachen.
Very, very cool.
Schnee.
You can find me on Twitter if you want to brave that rapidly exploding hell site at the Keats. But otherwise, Keenan and I have a bunch we want to show you today. A little summary of the show. Keenan, can you give us a little summary of what we expect to see today?
Mal schauen, was wir heute
Sure.
bekommen.
So we got some new stuff,
Neue Stuff.
balance and bugs, of course,
Balancing, Bugs.
and then we'll be demoing our second limited time mode of the season.
Oh!
Then doing some title fights. See who can beat us up.
Und neuer
Some
Spielmodus.
restricted match duos.
Yeah, sounds good. And, our limited time mode, which we'll get to in a little bit here, is a brand new way to play the game. It's not just more players in the same game, so we'll be talking about that. But let's check out the new stuff first.
Mal
What do
schauen,
you
was es
think?
gibt.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. All right.
So first up, a brand new move to the game, spotted in our Season 2 trailer, named Liberate. This comes in an
Liberate.
epic variety only, and if you land this vicious attack, an item from your opponent's pockets will be ejected onto the floor.
That's right. That's what jostles inventory
Okay.
means. And this is a
Wirklich,
vicious
ein Move
attack.
zum
So
Klauen.
this looks like a nice little hip check. If you miss, you're going to fall on your butt. Of course, you can do it in the air, like you would expect.
Okay.
If you do
Weiß
hit
ja nicht,
somebody
was
with
davon
it,
halten soll.
you're going to see something fall out of their pockets. Keenan, do you have empty pockets or full pockets at the moment?
3 more stuff in my
Macht das
pockets
Schaden?
right now.
So I'm going to get one item of his each time I hit him.
20
Choose
Schaden
which
lohnt
one I
sich
get.
nicht.
All
Oder?
that other stuff is just fun VFX. And once he's out of items... Oh, keybat. I'll just take that.
Es lohnt sich nicht mitzunehmen.
When he's out of items, if you hit somebody who's empty with this, you're just going to see moths come out of their pockets instead. So it's very clear that their pockets are empty. It's not a very fast move.
Okay.
Pretty easy to dodge on reaction. But of course, you could combo into it. Damage is pretty low as well.
Sieht
But
nicht stark
as far as
aus.
getting things out of people's pockets, I think this adds a really new and interesting element to the game. And one other thing to think about when you're using this move,
Okay.
especially as a solo player, Keenan, can you pocket this chicken again? So I'm gonna knock the chicken out of his pocket, and then he and I are both gonna scramble and try to pick it up. You ready?
Yeah.
So it's like really, really close to the exact same amount of time that we recover in. Let's do it again. And you don't know which way the item's gonna pop out either. Sometimes it pops out behind, sometimes to the sides. So you're probably gonna fight the person that you just
Weiß
knocked
ich
the item out of
nicht.
their pocket
Weiß
for
ich
it,
nicht.
rather than just being able to pick it up.
Aber guck mal, die Geschenke
So,
sind so,
quite a
so
bit of a
eingepackt. Das
scramble.
ist
But where
süß.
this really shines is in teams modes. If I had a teammate who was coordinated with me, I could knock this out of Keenan's pocket and they could pick it up before.
Fühle
Keenan
ich tatsächlich
recovers.
nicht so, ehrlich
So
gesagt.
very, very useful in team
Leider.
modes as well. It can be disruptive in solos,
Dafür gibt's aber stärkere
but, you
Moves,
might want to pack
die
a
man mitnehmen
backup
könnte.
magazine for that endgame moment when
Von
the items
20
are all gone
Schaden.
anyway.
Wenn es
But that's Liberate.
100
Very, very
machen
cool.
würde.
Yeah,
Lohnt
welcome
sich, lohnt
Liberate
sich
to the
nicht,
game.
nee.
Next up, we are adding a football, which is a brand new throwable to the game.
Football.
This is the longest range throwable,
Okay.
and let's see it in action. I'm gonna
Yeah, let's see what we
go
can do.
real
Football
far.
klingt schon mal cool auf jeden Fall.
I'll throw a few footballs at you. We'll see how far we can get them to go.
I'll wave to see where I'm going in the distance.
Okay.
Also
Yeah,
Football
kind of
klingt
Head over
cool.
to the Machos Nachos. Let's see if I
Aber-
can get you.
Sure thing.
Aber
Maybe
ohne,
about here?
ohne Auto-Aim.
Oh, that
Almost.
was close.
I'll throw
They
it.
go
I'll throw it.
really, really
I'll
far.
throw it back.
Okay, I'm right here. See if you can get me.
Okay. Macht das denn Schaden?
Nice shot, dude.
150.
You'll actually notice that the VFX on this get bigger the farther it is away from you. That's because footballs are kind of small and it'd be hard to see otherwise. But you can see as it travels away, the VFX get really big.
Football ist
so you
ganz
can kinda see
cool.
where- Oh, I got him. Nice.
You got me.
Football ist ganz cool.
It doesn't do a ton of damage, but man, this thing, it travels and it'll make you feel like a sniper when you take somebody off a building like this from this far away. Oh, it's great. So yeah, the footballs are in there.
I'll be waiting for the Hail Mary moment where someone's thrown really far out the ring, and then maybe they get that one throw, secures them the KO for the win when they're super far out.
Super
I'm looking
awesome.
forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I always pocket them just because it's really fun to land that long shot.
Okay. Das finde ich bisher geht so.
Cool.
Ist in Ordnung.
Next up, onto a new consumable.
Non-Konsumable.
Or newish consumable.
You
We're
guys
going to be
know about these
introducing.
next two. They were in
Etwas Neues zu
a
essen
hotfix update,
scheinbar.
but we're gonna go over them anyway since we didn't get the chance to last time.
Yeah. So next up is going to be the popcorn party, which you all know is an AOE healing.
Kennen wir
item.
doch.
It's a
That's right.
popcorn grenade. When it pops, the party begins, and all players in range are welcome to eat popcorn and
Kennen wir doch
restore
schon.
some health.
This is
Use this
popcorn.
to heal your team and try to keep uninvited guests out of the party.
That's right. You see all the popcorn going into our faces as we fly around in this little circle. You guys are familiar with this already from having played the game so much. We appreciate that. We did fix a little bug where it wasn't spinning in air, so now it looks more appropriate when you actually toss it. And once it
kennen wir
lands,
doch
it's
schon.
going to start a party for everyone.
Oder
to heal with.
Gibt es doch was,
We
was ich gerade
do
verpasst
know
habe?
about a bug where that healing effect can get stuck in some cases. We have a possible fix for that, but it is not in this update. So, if you happen to get that bug stuck on you, do the honorable thing. Just jump into the ocean.
Okay.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah. And then lastly, pocket dimension.
Yeah.
New favorite. You can pocket
Also, die
large
stellen
items now.
quasi einfach
Trash
nochmal
cans,
das
stop
vor,
signs,
was
crates,
schon,
all the
was
above.
jetzt quasi
You can
letztes
put
Mal
them all in your
kam.
pocket when you have this new perk.
Yeah, just look for any item that has an item card with this
Sagen wir
little
mal
symbol that's got like a little bag with a red slash through it. That means it's an unpocketable item. Those will be allowed to
Actually,
go in your
I think you might
pockets.
need to turn your camera so you can see it because our faces.
Warte.
There you go.
Gut, ich will
Yeah,
schauen.
next,
Oh, yeah,
to the
yeah,
right
good
of the
call.
stop sign, you see that little bag. There you
Yep.
go.
Yeah, so if you see that icon, it means it's not pocketable. But if you have pocket dimension, that rule changes for you, and you can pocket the heavy items.
Okay.
Cool. Next up are balance changes.
Balance changes.
Back to you, Adam.
So, balance is a sum of all parts. You guys know the drill by now. Hopefully, this is your third stream or so joining us for this kind of
Mal
stuff.
schauen, was jetzt kommt bei Bale Changes.
We do
Chokes
want to mention
them
that
now,
while
vielleicht?
today the list of changes is pretty small.
Okay,
we
wenig
will have a
changes.
mid-season update with a pretty substantial amount of adjustments that will be coming a little bit later in the season.
Okay, Mid-Season Update kommt auch noch.
That update's going to include changes to Sumo Slab family, to Rocket Jump family, and even a bunch of Final Ring pacing adjustments that are really interesting, and a lot more. But for today, we're going to go over a smaller group of things, and that new limited time mode that we want to show you.
Cool. All right.
Limited-
So first up, we've changed the color of the ground bailout on hit.
Limited
VFX
Time Mode
to
könnte
make
noch
it
was
more
sein,
clear
ne?
when the faster dodge is used. The slower
Yeah.
bailout will have white VFX, while the faster ones will have yellow VFX.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
can see if I whiff and dodge, I get white X right there. And then if I do the same thing on hit, I'm going to get a yellow X instead. This should make it a lot more clear as a third party when you're trying to punish people when they got that faster dodge and when they didn't. And of course, it makes it even more clear when you get the faster dodge coming out of dashes.
Ja, ich
and
find's cool,
charges
dass alles
as
ein bisschen
well.
dekoriert
So
ist.
you
Das
can see
finde
if I
ich
do it
cool
too early,
tatsächlich.
out of this, I don't even get an X. But if I charge long enough and then dodge, I get that yellow X. So that helps a lot.
For sure. Hopefully it should be clear to see and understand.
Yeah.
Next up, we now allow you to use the improved bailout on hit after a teammate revival.
Yeah, so I can't demo this, but after you revive a teammate, if you roll out of the end of that animation, you'll get this version of the dodge, the yellow X version
Okay.
for bailout on hit. So you'll dodge much faster.
Nice touch. Next up, we discovered some issues when releasing the block button while holding a weapon that were similar to how block end used to work, and have made updates to bring these in line with the no weapon blocking.
Yeah, so if you recall in 2.0, we made it so that when you release block, instead of being stuck there for a quarter of a second, you're stuck there for like just a
Okay, also
handful
das
of frames.
Blocken wurde quasi ein bisschen
And that
angefasst.
change did not work for
gefixt.
weapon blocks. So
Für
when you
Weapon
would
blocks
release block on a
quasi.
weapon, you'd still be stuck for just as long as you were in Season 1. But we've gone ahead and corrected that with every weapon so that when you release block with a weapon, you'll be able to move nice and quick and it feels really good.
Cool. We've also extended the invulnerability window on wake up dodge until the end, so that there is no window where you can be punished without an option to defend yourself.
Yeah, this one was always a little bit weird. I'm going to go ahead and knock Keenan down. Keenan, if you wake up
Oh,
dodge roll
shit.
towards me, he would be vulnerable right there in the past,
Ah,
right as he was
okay.
getting up. There was actually a gap. So if he dodge rolled towards me and then did wake up back fist, there was a moment in there where I
Das
could hit
heißt-
him and he couldn't do anything about it. He was completely
Das heißt, man kann jetzt quasi
really, we
Wake-Up
want the
dodgen
knockdown
und wird
game to
dadurch
be
nicht
about,
gehittet.
you know, reading the opponent
wenn
and
man
tech chasing
darauf
them. If I know where
reagiert.
he's going to go, I should go over there and try to
Ja.
deal with the option rather than having an option in there that's totally punishable no matter what. So this change makes wake up dodge roll 1 and 2 both totally invulnerable. So if he does 2 wake up dodge rolls into a back fist, he's invuln that whole time. So go ahead and try that out, Keenan. 2 dodge rolls into a back fist. And if I know what he's going to do, I can still get that punish. But it should make getting up off the ground a bit easier and a bit less confusing in those moments where you're like, I know I dodged that. I know.
Das ist gut, ja.
So it should feel a lot more.
Deswegen gucken, lass uns nicht den Kopf in die Sand stecken. Da kommt bestimmt noch was Gutes. Ich glaube, der Spielmodus könnte vielleicht
Next
krass
up,
sein.
we raised falling attack damage a
Lino.
bit. We feel the values in 2.0. Had falling attacks doing too little to justify the risk. These are still not nearly as high as they were in Season 1, but it is a step in a direction, and we look forward to your feedback on it.
Okay, also Elbow Drops
this will be
wurden
all
wieder
falling attacks,
gebufft.
Elbows, weapon falling attacks.
Oh shit, okay.
these air chair
Elbow
shots,
Drop
a bit.
und Waffendrops wurden wieder gebufft.
They are higher than they were. They're not nearly as high as they were. In
Nicht so
season
sehr wie in Season 1, aber
one.
wurde
I would say it went
gebufft.
up, I don't know, 25% or something.
Könnte
It's not
interessant werden,
wild.
potenziell.
But let us know how it feels. We want to get these to a spot where the
277
risk-reward makes sense.
sieht schon krass
In
aus.
Season 1, I think we can all agree that the reward is way too high for the risk. And I think at the start of Season 2, it was the exact opposite. The reward is way too low for the risk. And hopefully this trends in a direction
Ja, genau.
that's,
Das ist eigentlich
that makes more
gute,
sense for the game. It
Erinnerung.
makes you want to elbow drop crowds rather than just kind of waiting. So, yeah, let us know how that feels.
For sure, thanks. We made improvements to the climbing system to make it much less likely to accidentally detach while climbing around exterior corners. We've also made some improvements to the behavior of the camera while climbing. More climbing system improvements are in progress for future updates.
Yeah, this is one of the most common cases of being detached from a wall. So what you'll do is you'll grab a wall and you would head around the corner. Right now I'm just going to hold right on my controller. I'm not doing anything else. I'm going to move up a little. There we go.
Okay.
So we're climbing
weicht-
around corners much more
Der
cleanly
weicht
than we used to,
quasi
including all
im
this
Corner
weird
so
geometry.
mäßig
That's
automatisch
great.
aus. Rakete wieder OP.
Good thing I
Mal
drank a
gucken,
stamina
ob
drink as
Rakete
well.
OP ist.
And you can see I'm not touching the controller with my other hand either. So all of this camera work is completely automatic.
Okay, bessere
and
Kamerawork und
It had some
besseres
problems before.
Klettern.
The auto climbing camera didn't handle corners very well. It would kind of get trapped behind a wall, but now it follows you really cleanly.
Okay.
So I've held right almost that entire time. I moved up a little at one moment, but I got all the way around that building without falling off till I ran out of stamina. The camera kept me in perfect view. I think it's a really,
Das ist
really
cool.
nice improvement. You're going to notice all over
Quality
the place,
of life
especially on some of
improvement.
the,
Kleinpack
more
gibt's einfach noch
jaggy
mal gucken,
buildings that
kann
you
gut
see
sein.
around, some of the neighborhoods in Grapple City. Really
Das
good
klingt
fix.
schon mal gut, das klingt schon mal nicht schlecht.
Yeah, appreciate the detail around that.
Yeah.
And then lastly, for our balance changes, final rings from Grappital City are being re-enabled. So you'll find the balance of playtime between Grappital and Low Kiki to start to even out more.
That's right.
What?
So a little less low kiki, a little more Grappital City. Should
Ach
be
so.
fairly close to 50-50 at this
Wieder
point, and we'll take another step in that
50%
direction
neue Map,
as well.
50% Item Map.
Hopefully you've enjoyed your time being on mostly on low kiki. You'll still get to go there tons, and it's a ton of fun, but should be a little bit more balanced and open now.
Cool. Cool. Now on to our bug fixes.
Yeah, we're just
Bug
going to show you a
fixes.
couple of the bug fixes. You can read more about a few extra ones in the full patch notes that are released tomorrow, but these are the ones that we're kind of excited to demo. So
Alrighty. First up, fix an issue where in certain falling states you could wall climb but not pole swing. Now you can do both in most cases.
right. So if you recall on the last stream, I mentioned that if you were to pole swing and then air dodge out of it on the way down, you wouldn't be able to grab a pole,
Okay.
and that made some of the traversal feel
Ich
kind of
hoffe,
bad.
die haben die Endkreise geändert.
That is now
Manche sind so
fixed.
ehrenlos. Mal
I'm
schauen.
gonna grab the pole.
Aber,
let go, do
das
my air
macht
dodge,
irgendwie
get
auch
extra
so
distance, and I
lustig,
can
oder
grab
nicht,
another
Aaron?
pole, no problem.
Wenn die Endkreise manchmal random sind. Aber es
So this
sieht
can
cool aus, sieht
really
besser aus.
Get you moving around the world. No, I missed it too. I was going fancy there.
Das sieht cool
Yeah,
aus.
this is really, really fun. You know, it lets you really kind of, you can get up
Aber die neue
high,
Fähigkeit
you
ist
can see high
trash,
parts of the
oder?
pole before you even start. Like that, and then big air dodge, and then grab the next pole. Go really far, grab the next pole. Yeah, okay, cool, I did it. I looked competent. Hooray.
Redemption. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that change. That was always how it was supposed to work. That bug really bothered me. But I'm
Bin
glad
lange
it's fixed now, and I
enttäuschend.
think you're gonna
Warum?
find a lot more interesting use for
Ach so,
pole swings as
bislang
traversal
enttäuschend.
instead of just combat.
Ja, fühle ich.
In this
Aber
next
vielleicht
version.
kommt ein extrem
Of
cooler
course, I have seen a lot of
Spielmodus
people
raus.
using it for combat to great
Aber ist ja auch nur ein
effect.
kleines
I love
Update,
seeing
ne?
people
Ist ja kein großes,
sheepishly
müsst ihr bedenken.
standing next to a pole,
Ist ja
somebody
kein
approaches
großes
them, and they
Update.
just kick them away with this thing. It's really funny.
Mhm.
So hopefully you guys have been enjoying that. This should make you enjoy it even more.
Definitely. Next up, let's talk about some poison special
Spider-Man.
moves.
Okay.
First up, we fixed an issue that allowed the air poison mist to use the improved bailout on hit even when missing.
Where's the mist? Here it is. Okay. All right.
Okay,
So this
Poison Mist.
Poison Mist had the same issue Air Sumo Slap did. It was just less bad. So when you whiffed an air poison mist, you would get to land and then dodge, even if you missed, and you would get the yellow version of the dodge, the better one. Now you get the correct one. It costs the correct amount of meter,
Prost.
and it has
Was
the
geht, Tobi?
correct speed, so you get the worse of the bailout versions. But of course, if you hit, get that yellow version.
Okay,
and
wenn
I
man
get the
nicht
better
trifft,
dodge, and I get
weiße
the-
Version, wenn man trifft, gelbe Version.
Cool.
Alright.
And then lastly, we fixed an issue that allowed the Poison Sumo Slap to bail out after landing on miss when this should not have been possible.
Okay, Poison muss der
As a result,
wahrscheinlich
we've
dann
added Poison
genervt,
Sumo Slap back into the
wieder.
game.
Ah, okay.
Welcome back, Poison Sumo Slap.
Poison Sumo ist wieder da.
Again,
Gifty
the
Bug,
Sumo Slap
Gifty Buff.
family is going to get some pretty big changes in the next update, but for this one, they're not getting any. But
Habt
do
ihr
the air dodge
gehört?
out of that like you'd
Im
expect.
nächsten Mid-Season-Update
if I
wird Sumo
whiff
Slap
it and
richtig
land,
krass
no
geändert,
dodge is
gereworked
available, just
quasi.
like all the other Sumo Slaps. So if it gets blocked or whiffed and I land, no dodge is going to be available until that
Und dann,
point the animation
Max?
is over. But on
19.
hit, I can still do what I normally do. And on block,
Alles gut,
or
Tobi, dann
miss, I'd
jetzt.
have to dodge out in the air to get that air dodge.
Okay.
Cool. And that'll conclude our bug fixes for today. But again, friendly reminder,
Okay.
check out that comprehensive list
Interessant.
tomorrow in our patch notes.
Jetzt so sollten wir
Cool.
das sagen.
Now,
Alles.
it's time to introduce our new limited time mode.
Neuer Time-Modus.
Yeah,
Jetzt geht's
but
los
you can't play
vielleicht.
this one in front of you because it requires a lot of people. So we've actually pre-recorded some footage, which we're going to cut.
Mal
to
gucken,
and talk
Team-Modus
over.
kommt jetzt. Neuer
But,
Spielmodus, vielleicht krass,
We are introducing today Snowball Fight.
Snowball
So we
Fight,
want you to
ey, ich hab
celebrate the
recht.
season with a ball of cold packed ice shards straight to your face. This
Snowball
is, in my
Fight.
opinion, perhaps the best snowball fight video game ever made. Now, I know there aren't that many snowball fight video games, but I still think it is.
Yeah.
Wirst du überlesen, Santi?
Let's go ahead into that or transition to that footage.
Mal
of the
schauen.
few matches that
Klingt
we
cool.
have.
Let's do it.
Mal schauen.
Cool. So starting up here, we are at cannon launch. You'll see on the barge there's a bunch of spawners and snowballs to check out first. This first match we're going to
Man
be
hat
watching,
extrem viel
solo
Ausdauer, wie ihr
match.
seht.
You'll see an adjusted size of the ring for snowball fight mode.
Okay,
This
das Ring
kind of
sehr klein.
encapsulates everyone that's going to be throwing snowballs together. And you want to be the last player standing or team standing to win. There's going to be no punching or attacks or weapons
Man kann
allowed.
nicht
Only
attacken.
snowball throwing. So
Man kann nur
projectile-focused mode.
Schneebälle werfen.
No healing items are going to be around. But if you eliminate another player,
Okay.
they will drop heart coins that restore some health if you're quick enough to grab them. Snowballs are found in snowball spawners and they come in 3 sizes.
Das ist
we'll chat
cool,
about these
oder?
as we're counting them in this match.
Es
Check
sieht
it out.
cool aus, oder nicht?
Yeah, we got quite a bit of variety here in the snowballs.
Leute?
There's 3, right? You got your small snowball, just called snowball, travels really far and fast. It's kind of like the football. Does very low damage.
Das sieht
You
cool
got a big
aus.
snowball, it travels a medium distance.
Wow,
medium
doch.
Gonna feel pretty familiar when you throw it to a lot of the
Kann man
other items in the
blocken?
game.
Oder warum blockt
And we got our
keiner?
Omega snowball. It's really big, really heavy. You walk slower with it, but it hits hard and it guarantees a stamina break when blocked.
Das
So
ist
all the
geil.
snowballs do a lot
Ey,
of
das ist
damage
cool.
when blocked.
Weiß nicht, kann man nicht
People
blocken?
up in this mode.
Aber ich glaube, man
You
kann
really
nicht
gotta watch
gewonnen
your ammo.
blocken,
You fill
Santi,
those
sonst würde ich das ja
pockets of
tun.
snowballs, as you see Keenan doing right now.
Kann man nicht
To
blocken?
make sure that you have enough to defend yourself.
Oh,
and
sieht
enough
cool
to
aus. Das sieht
actually
cool aus,
punish
oder?
somebody if you are
Also
to get that
bisher,
stamina break, so you can get that
Nicht so
extra hit.
cool, das Update, aber das
You
sieht
will
cool
die
aus,
pretty
oder?
fast in this mode. You can only heal by getting KOs and picking up those star coins or the heart
Man
coins.
kann nur
Other people
dodgen.
will appear and try to take them. Like right now, somebody's trying to
Man kann
take
blocken.
Keenan's coins.
Warum macht
And
das
if you don't
keiner?
have the extra snowballs to defend yourself, that can be a pretty nasty situation.
10 von 10 wird das.
It
10 ist,
is a really fun mode that actually is really fast.
sieht aber sehr cool
I
aus.
think games of this tend to run about 5-6 minutes in total, and it really
Hat er
adds
doch
a new
grad,
flavor
aber wie
to the
trifft
way
man
you
dann?
can enjoy
Wie Shields
Rumbleverse
gibt's trotzdem?
as you traverse the level with only projectiles in mind. So my best tip to you when playing is you're going to be tempted to block the incoming snowballs. You do have 10 legs automatically, so you may think you have a lot of padding there, but you should maybe try to dodge them occasionally because running out of stamina can be pretty brutal, and the snowballs do a ton on block.
Ja, er
Even the
blockt, aber
smaller
wie...
ones do like 60 or so on block.
Definitely out for the dodges over blocking because when you eat them, it does not feel good. You wanna outplay and you know.
Ah, es sieht
separate
trotzdem cool
that
aus. Das
distance
wird bestimmt
between you and
Spaß
your
machen,
opponent.
ohne Witz. Das wird, glaube ich,
And
cool
just as a
werden.
clarification, you will be able to play snowball fight mode in solos or duos starting
Solo
tomorrow.
und Duo.
But next
Right.
week you'll also have solos and trios. So welcome back trios.
Oh, Trios auch
through a
noch.
different kind of mode next week.
Und hier Trios.
That's right. 2 weeks of snowball fighting. Keenan and
2
I will
Wochen.
definitely be out there chucking some snow.
Nee, Tobi.
For sure.
Let's see how Keenan did in this match.
Yeah. So quick question for you, Adam. Obviously, there's the 3 different sizes. How do you
Right.
choose to fill up your pockets while you're playing?
Safe,
Each
Junge.
snowball
RV ist doch
spawner
viel
can
geiler
spawn
als
any of
Dicky,
the
ey.
sizes. So if you grab like a medium snowball from
Sieht
spawner
geil
and wait
aus.
for it
Das
to
sieht
respawn,
cool
it
aus.
might give you a
Ey,
different one.
Jungs.
So I think one
Custom-Modus
interesting strategy is to
Schneeballparty,
find a good
Junge.
spot to kind of bunker up.
Custom-Modus Schneeballparty. Das wird super geil, oder? Wir machen ein Turnier damit.
I think I'm doing
Wir
it
machen
right
ein
now.
Turnier damit.
Snow pile on the ground that can give you some ammo.
Ein
And this is a really
Schneeballturnier.
nice thing to do if you have
Oh
kind of
mein
high ground
Gott.
as well.
Das
It lets you be a little bit
Schneeballturnier.
aggressive with how you play with the
Das wäre
snowball.
mega
But
geil.
somebody might come and steal your
Oder?
stash and use it against you, so you gotta be careful.
Yes,
I
especially in the
pers-
team mode.
Wahrscheinlich nicht,
Yes.
Tobi.
You see a whole team running. Oh, there's a nice set of snowballs over there. Well, we don't have any. Maybe
Ah,
I
okay.
might want to steal that
Wenn man das
positioning, you know?
blockt, kriegt man einfach
Exactly,
extrem viel
exactly.
Stamina-Schaden.
And
Deswegen
you know,
soll man
my
das nicht
personal
blocken.
strategy for the pockets is
Deswegen sollte man lieber
I wanna
Dodge meinen,
have
die.
the big snowball